Animals are some of the most lovable creatures in the world. Sometimes playing with them or even just watching them can lift our spirits. Moreover, learning fascinating facts about them can leave us amazed and delighted. In this video, we aim to share one such fact with you, which is introducing animals with the longest lifespans. The average human lifespan is about 79 years, although some people have lived to celebrate their 100th or even 122nd birthdays. While these ages are remarkable for us, there are animals in nature whose lifespans far exceed ours. Stay with us as we explore the animals with the longest lifespans. How long do animals live? The lifespans of some animals are incredibly long, far exceeding the average human lifespan. While humans may live up to 150 years, this is merely a blink of an eye compared to the centuries or millennia that some animals can live. Some animals can even halt or reverse the aging process altogether. Although there are land animals with impressively long lifespans, such as the oldest known tortoise, which is nearly 190 years old, none of them can compare to sea creatures when it comes to longevity. The real champions in this category all live in the water, where animals can live far longer than those on land. Up next, we'll introduce you to the list of animals with the longest lifespans. List of animal lifespans from shortest to longest. From deep-sea creatures that dwell in the ocean's depths to majestic birds soaring through the sky, these animals are recognized as some of the oldest living beings on the planet. Is a list of animals and insects ordered by their lifespans, so you can discover just how incredible these lifespans are and which creatures hold the title for the longest-lived animals. Mule. A mule, also known as a hinny or jennet, is the offspring of a horse and a donkey. Since mules are unable to reproduce, they are not considered a species of their own. Mules are typically used for carrying loads, and because they are larger and stronger than donkeys, they are preferred for this task. A mule usually lives for around 35 to 40 years, placing it among the longer-lived animals. Additionally, in this lifespan list, horses with a lifespan of 25 to 30 years can also be included. Orangutan. Orangutans are a type of great ape and can now only be found in the rainforests of the islands of Borneo and Sumatra. These animals are native to Indonesia and Malaysia. Known for their intelligence, orangutans build nests each night from tree branches and leaves to sleep in. Despite their large size, they are not aggressive and search for food in a solitary manner. Orangutans are among the largest tree-dwelling animals and typically live for around 35 to 45 years. This impressive lifespan has earned them a spot in the list of animals with longer lifespans. Ostrich. Bird species vary widely in their lifespans, and the ostrich is one of those birds that has a relatively long life. On average, an ostrich lives for around 50 years. Classified as a flightless bird, it also lays the largest eggs of any animal. If you've ever seen an ostrich, you've probably been struck by its incredible running speed, as it can reach up to 70 kilometers per hour, making it one of the fastest birds on land. With a lifespan of 50 years, the ostrich has earned its place among the animals with longer lifespans. Rhinoceros. Rhinoceroses are mammals that typically live for around 50 years. Despite being herbivorous, these animals are responsible for more attacks on humans than tigers and leopards. The rhinoceros is the heaviest land animal after the elephant. They differ from other horned animals in that their horns are not located on top of their heads, but rather near the tip of their noses. There are several species of rhinoceros, but only 5 species remain today. When listing animals by their lifespans, the rhinoceros, with an average lifespan of about 50 years, should be introduced at the top of the list. Dolphin. If we take a trip to the sea, we will encounter marine animals with varying lifespans. Dolphins have an average lifespan of around 60 years. These marine mammals consist of approximately 40 species and are classified into 17 genera. Dolphins are social animals, living in groups with various population sizes. The two main groups of dolphins include oceanic and river dolphins, which can be found in open waters around the world. Dolphins are highly trainable and can perform impressive tricks. African elephant. The African elephant is recognized as one of the few mammals with a long lifespan, living an average of nearly 70 years. While its lifespan is somewhat similar to that of humans, it is remarkable considering that the elephant is the largest animal on the planet. To stay healthy and energetic throughout these 7 decades, an African elephant consumes about 300 pounds of food daily. Additionally, this animal is also listed among the most dangerous animals in the world. Macaw. The second animal on the list of longest lifespans is the macaw. This well-known member of the parrot family is native to the rainforests of Central and South America. Macaws are popular pets due to their playful nature and ability to mimic human speech. This often leads to them being captured and placed in captivity. However, if left in their natural habitat, macaws can live up to 80 years or even longer. Pink cockatoo. Surprisingly, these colorful birds, unlike macaws, are not native to rainforests. The pink cockatoo, or Mitchell's cockatoo, calls the warm and dry regions of Australia its home. The most famous pink cockatoo lived at the Taronga Zoo in Sydney and passed away in August 2016 at the age of 83. He made his mark in the Guinness Book of World Records as the oldest parrot in the world. Kakapo. The kakapo is another animal known for its long lifespan. This parrot is native to New Zealand and has an interesting distinction from its companions on this list. It cannot fly. However, its climbing skills effectively compensate for its inability to take to the skies. While the kakapo can live up to 95 years, only a small population remains, approximately 142 individuals. Crocodile. The next animals on the list of longest lifespans are crocodiles. These reptiles remind us of their ancestors, which lived around 80 million years ago and had long lifespans. Today, some crocodiles living in Australia can live for over 100 years, while their relatives in the Nile River typically survive only up to 45 years. Ulm salamander. The next animal on the list of longest lifespans is the Ulm salamander. This blind salamander can live for over 102 years. The eyes of this aquatic cave dweller do not grow with the creature. In fact, they remain unchanged until they are covered by a layer of skin. This little dragon relies on its strong sense of smell and hearing to navigate its underwater world, rather than depending on sight to hunt snails and other prey. These creatures can be considered a living fossil, having lived in the caves of Croatia and Slovenia for over 20 million years, without any significant changes or metamorphosis. Strangely enough, they are small animals that lack a specific metabolism or the ability to synthesize materials. In colloquial terms, they do not exhibit a clear inclination or ability for long life. The reason behind this small aquatic creature's extraordinary lifespan continues to baffle scientists. Longfin eel of New Zealand. This eel, a native creature of New Zealand, exhibits several unique behaviors that are often linked to its unusually long lifespan. Longfin eels primarily inhabit freshwater bodies, including streams and lakes in Australia and New Zealand, but they also enjoy swimming in salt water. As they near the end of their lives, these eels migrate to a specific area of the Pacific Ocean near the Kingdom of Polynesia, Tonga. More importantly, longfin eels reproduce at the end of their long lives, meaning these creatures travel hundreds of miles to become parents in their hundreds. The rarity of their reproduction, combined with the fact that they are a primary food source for local indigenous people, has led to a decline in their population. Blue whale. Among marine animals with long lifespans, the blue whale stands out as one of the longest lived. The blue whale is one of the largest creatures ever discovered by humans. Interestingly, the weight of this magnificent animal ranges from 200,000 to 300,000 pounds. Although the average lifespan of a blue whale is estimated to be between 80 to 90 years, many of them live for over 100 years. To determine the age of a whale, scientists have developed a method similar to how tree age is determined. Instead of counting tree rings, they count the layers of waxy earplugs found in the whales. Beluga sturgeon. In this introduction to the longest living animals, we arrive at the beluga sturgeon, which has undergone significant physiological changes due to overfishing. One notable change has been a significant reduction in their weight. In the 1800s, these creatures often weighed over 2,500 pounds, while those caught today typically weigh only a few hundred pounds. In a natural setting, this fish can live for over 118 years. European pond turtle. This animal ranks 10th on the list of the longest living animals, with an average lifespan of around 120 years. Most European pond turtles live for about 60 years, but some can live up to twice that long. Although these turtles appear tough and resilient, they face many challenges throughout their lives. Roads pose significant problems for these creatures. While these roads connect human habitats, they separate the natural habitats of the turtles. This fragmentation of their habitats creates serious challenges for their survival, especially during nesting periods. Pacific geoduck. The geoduck, also known as the mud duck or king clam, is undoubtedly one of the most peculiar mollusks you've ever seen. These creatures are suction feeders that burrow into mud and sand and can grow up to 3 feet long. Although there is a high demand for geoducks in the market, they are not considered endangered. These clams are remarkably prolific. Each female produces around 5 billion eggs over her lifetime. On average, these creatures live for about 140 years, with the oldest recorded geoduck celebrating a remarkable 168 years. American lobster. These crustaceans have undergone significant changes over the years, evolving from cheap prison food to a delicacy in New England. American lobsters are known for their impressive weight. In 2009, a lobster weighing 20 pounds was caught, estimated to be around 140 years old. With their powerful claws, American lobsters can easily crush a human arm. Ocean quahog clam. This marine clam, belonging to the bivalve mollusks, can live up to 200 years. It is quite common for these creatures to reach an age of 100 years. Scientists measure their age by examining the growth rings found in the shells of quahogs. These clams feed on microscopic algae. Warty Oreo. This type of Oreo is not the Oreo cookie you might think of. Instead, it's an unattractive fish that can live between 140 and 200 years. These fish display a truly peculiar appearance with their spindle-shaped bodies, warty scales on their bellies, and large eyes. Female Oreos release around 62,000 eggs each spawning season, so there's no immediate need to worry about the extinction of this fish. Orange Ruffy. This large-eyed fish is featured on the list of animals with the longest lifespans and is native to the waters of the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. The secret to the orange ruffy's long life is its ability to effectively evade fishermen. Remarkably, the average lifespan of the orange ruffy is nearly 150 years. Lake sturgeon. The next animal on the list of creatures with the longest lifespans is the lake sturgeon. These sturgeon are found not only in large lakes, but also in Hudson Bay, the Mississippi River, and other freshwater bodies. Recognized as the largest fish in North America, these freshwater creatures can grow up to 7 feet in height and are facing a significant decline in population. The average recorded age for this fish is approximately 152 years. Red sea urchin. Over 900 species of sea urchins inhabit the oceans, making them some of the most fascinating marine creatures. These animals can live for over 200 years. One of their interesting features is their ability to regenerate broken spines. Bowhead whale. Another marine animal on the list of longest-lived species is the bowhead whale. These whales can live for over 200 years. They possess genetic mutations in a gene called ERCC1, which is involved in repairing damaged DNA. This mutation may help protect the whales from cancer and other diseases that could potentially lead to their demise. Rockfish. Another long-lived fish is the rockfish, found in the Pacific Ocean between California and Japan. These fish come in shades of pink and brown and are classified as an endangered species. The maximum reported lifespan of these fish is around 200 years or more. Koi fish. Koi fish are among the most beautiful and colorful fish in the world. But did you know that they can live up to 226 years? In Japan, these fish are a primary food source for the people. Interestingly, in some areas, they are considered an invasive species because they cloud the water so much that it makes it difficult for other organisms to thrive. Greenland shark. It was once believed that Greenland sharks could live for over 300 years. However, research conducted in August 2019 revealed that these sharks can live for more than 500 years. Thus, it can be said that these sharks have witnessed significant historical events, including the wives of Henry VIII, the first performances of Shakespeare, and even the Titanic disaster. Black coral. This organism can live for over 4,000 years. Black corals may appear similar to plants and rocks, but they are actually made up of an external skeleton of invertebrates called polyps. These polyps continuously reproduce, creating genetically identical copies of themselves, which allows the corals to grow larger and larger over time. Vase sponge. The next position on the list of animals with the longest lifespans belongs to this sponge. These creatures are among the largest organisms on Earth. According to studies conducted in 2012, it is estimated that a vase sponge of the species Monorhaphis chuni is about 11,000 years old. Other sponge species may have even longer lifespans. Turritopsis jellyfish. If you were to ask which animal has the longest lifespan, the answer would undoubtedly be the Turritopsis jellyfish, as it is potentially immortal. This species of jellyfish begins its life as a larva, transforming into a polyp as it grows. These polyps then produce structures resembling the umbrella of jellyfish. According to the American Museum of Natural History, this creature is unique in that it can revert to a polyp stage after experiencing physical damage or starvation, then return to its natural state. These jellyfish can reverse their life cycle repeatedly, allowing them to live indefinitely, provided they are not killed or eaten by other organisms. Hydra. Rank 1 in the list of longest living animals. The hydra is another immortal creature on the list of animals with the longest lifespans. This small invertebrate is considered one of the eternal beings among animals with lengthy lifespans. Hydra is primarily made up of stem cells and shows no signs of aging as it grows older.